What's happening, my main man in Goma? What's happening, Baba Ngoma?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Man, I'm feeling like fine wine now that you on here, man.
Oh man, you
Man,
better
look,
do that. Wow.
hey, look here, man. I'm behind, and I want to apologize to you because of the fact that we've had, as far as quote unquote poets, we've had Abiodun on Black Power Media. We've had Felipe on here, and it's just like, matter of fact, we had Abiodun on twice. And then I was telling you, I was talking to Pam Africa a couple of days ago. She said, "Man, do you know Bobby Ngoma?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh man, I've been tripping. I got to call this brother and ask him to come on and join us." And I hit you up yesterday, and in true fashion, as always, you know what I'm saying. You came through, so I definitely appreciate you for falling through and joining us this morning, brother.
Well, I appreciate you for having me on, man. I was all really excited about it. I was telling my wife, I said, "Yeah, I'm finally gonna be on this."
Man, listen, man. For folks who don't know, Baba Ngoma from the tri-state area, the New York area, he's a former member of Amiri Baraka's, the Spirit House Movers and Players. He is I think that it's a disservice for me to call you a performance poet. When you talk about a griot, Baba Ngoma's a griot in the greatest sense. What I'm gonna ask you to do, Baba, is, if you don't mind, give these folks, so that I won't be accused of not properly giving you your due. Please give us a brief bio, whatever, of who Baba Ngoma is.
Oh, okay. I'm a cultural worker. I'm a multi-instrumentalist, a singer, songwriter. I do poetry. I play about 14 instruments, and I got about 6 CDs that's hard to get a hold of now. I played all the instruments on them, that kind of thing. I've been doing this work since college. My freshman year in college, I was in a play called In White America. And that kind of opened the door to me to realize that you could use culture as a weapon.
Right on.
And that's when I started. And then later on, after college and after Vietnam, because I'm a Vietnam vet, then I moved to Newark, where I was a member of the Committee for Unified Newark and the Congress of African People. And I was in the Spirit House Movers and Players with Baraka. Later on, I was Minister of Culture for the Communist Party, Marxist, Leninist, Maoist. A lot of people don't know that because it was such a short span. I also helped to start the National Black United Front. I was head of culture when it first started out of Daughtry's Church back in the day. And I've been just continuing to do this work.
Okay. Let's see.
That's the kind of quick kind of thing.
Now you see why I said me giving a bio or a description of your works wouldn't be done properly, and why I said, and there's nothing wrong, for the record, for folks in the chat. Ain't nothing wrong with being a poet. A poet is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's more important when you are doing this work for our people. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Amiri Baraka. Amiri Baraka got our first Lifetime Achievement Award before he transitioned. We gave out, as far as the FTP movement, we gave out 3 awards, and it was to Amiri Baraka, Marimba Ani, and Dhoruba Ben Wahad. So shout out to them. But so as long as I've known you, you've been lightening it up and giving it to us from a spiritual perspective as well. Now you are a priest as well, correct?
I am.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. I was initiated in Ibadan about 10 years ago. And yes, so yeah, I do that.
I don't know what you don't do. But yeah, man. I mean, first of all, how have you been holding up, man, with this whole situation with the quote unquote pandemic and everything?
I've been holding up pretty good. I'm retired from a 9 to 5, so I don't really have to be out in public, much. there was everything closed down, so I wasn't doing any live gigs. I think I've done like two live gigs in like 2 years. But I've been doing a lot of stuff online, a lot of stuff on Zoom and different platforms like that. So I've been doing, pretty good. Yeah, I don't hang out and stuff anyway, so it's not like a big deal. But I do miss audiences.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, that give and take energy is,
it's a different type of feel, like you said. Yeah. But you said you play 14 instruments. What are some of the instruments? You like the Prince of poetry right now, huh?
Well, some of the instruments that I can play, I don't own them, so I don't play them. But right now, I play electric violin, bamboo flute, yidaki, which people know of as a didgeridoo. I play 6-string guitar, 12-string guitar, and 3-string guitar. I play bass. I play some keys. I play hand pan tongue drum. I play mini bata drum. Yeah, so.
Man, you play 14 more instruments than me.
I started early. I started playing violin when I was 7. Man. And then by the time I got to junior high, I could, people start playing instruments in the 6th grade, but I could already play. So they gave me a flute to try to play, and the flute had a key missing. So then I started playing cello. Then the high school I went to didn't have an orchestra. They only had a band, so I ended up playing baritone horn. Then I majored in instrumental music education at Virginia State, was college then. And I was in the marching band. I played upright bass in the dance band. I played baritone horn in the ROTC band. I played violin in the orchestra. Did I say that? Yeah. So that was then. Then I started teaching myself to play guitar. Then it just went on and on. Okay.
That's crazy. I chuckled because I actually played flute in 6th and 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to get a drum set, and we got to the music store too late, so all they had was a flute and a clarinet left. So that was when they had the Dario So my mom was like, well, what you gonna do? And I already had my guitar, whatever, and we didn't need a guitar in the school band, so
right.
I ended up on the flute. But I'm sure I wasn't as good as you. But but talking about your organizing work, you mentioned that you were one of the founders of one of the Afro-communist movements up there. Can you talk a little bit about that?
From 1981, 82, I was the Minister of Culture for the CPML, for the Communist Party, Marxist-Leninists. Now is the whole thing kind of crumbled after I got to be after I got that position. The organization itself crumbled.
Wow.
So that's what was up. I spent a month in China studying United Front work. I went to 5 cities. I did a concert at the Shanghai Conservatory of Music.
Wow.
A history of music of struggle. And, that was kind of that. Then after that kind of crushed. I was also a part of a duo. My ex-wife, whose name is Jaribu Hill, who has an organization in Mississippi now, Mississippi Workers Organization. But we had a duo called Serious Business, and we did contemporary freedom music. We did that for about a good 20 years.
Wow.
We performed for such events as the Rally for Nuclear Disarmament in Central Park for 1 million people. We did a lot of work for the unions, for the various unions. We performed actually in Madison Square Garden for a couple of union rallies.
Wow.
Interestingly, we had this chorus, and the chorus was stop the bosses, don't listen to their lies, no give backs, we got to organize. And we're working for the custodians union. And they had big sheets, and on the sheets it said scabs check in, but they don't check out. And we got them singing "Stop the Bosses," and they went out in the street and blocked up 6th Avenue at 5 o'clock traffic.
Wow. that right there, man. I mean, you know, it's crazy because of the fact that, you know, listening to you and knowing your work, and the fact that I've known you for at least a couple decades now, I believe, and it's just like the consistency, and, you know, being a culture worker. I want to ask you, because of the fact that there's so many folks out here who consider themselves artists. And I'm sure this is a question you've been asked a million times, but I'm going to ask it anyway. The role of the artist. I interviewed Mumia a couple of days ago, and I asked him about the role of the journalist. So with you, I want to ask you, what do you say the role of the artist is? Because of the fact that you're talking about you performing in front of a million people against nuclear disarmament and you know, union rights and so on and so forth. Let's talk about that. What's the responsibility, or what's the role?
The role and the responsibility of an artist is to tell the truth. It's to actually to raise people's consciousness, not just to babble on about bullshit. There's a lot of information that people don't know, and a lot of things that people don't think about because it doesn't enter their realm. So as an artist, it's your role to gather the information that you can and give it to people so they can make decisions about what they can do. And that's primarily it. If you're not talking about what's going on, then you ain't talking about nothing. We don't care. We're just babbling on in Babylon. Right
on, man. Definitely appreciate your work. Now you have a new book that you going to be dropping soon, man. Can we talk about that? What's the deal?
I got this. I finally, I just put together the book myself. I got tired of waiting for people who would say, I'm going to publish you. So I'm publishing myself. The book is called I Didn't Come Here to Tap Dance. It's a poetic memoir. A lot of it is autobiographical, and a lot of it is that's not autobiographical. Is about stuff that happened in my lifetime, social criticism of what has been going on. It should be out in about, I'm thinking about 2 weeks. It just went to the printer like yesterday.
Right on.
So it should be out soon. You could probably, I'm gonna put in the chat. I just put up another website for it.
Okay.
Not a website, but a Facebook page for it, and the page is Ngoma's Words, NGOMAZ. So people can go on there and sign up or whatever, and get notice about when the book is coming out and what other products that I might have. I got a couple of chapbooks and I got some CDs and whatnot. And I just put it up yesterday, so don't look for stuff like right now.
Hey man, it's all good. Get us the information, and we definitely will push it. In fact, when I interview Greg Carr tonight, I know you sent me some videos. I'll definitely play one for folks to get a feeling of. So y'all have to wait till the night to check that out at 9 p.m. How about that? I know that we have a mutual comrade who did your artwork for the cover.
Yeah, Ayaba.
Yes, sir. Ayaba. Shout out to Ayaba, the Bridgeport homie, because that's where I'm from. You know, I gotta keep telling people about Bridgeport. They be trying to front us off in Goma like they don't like ain't nothing happening out there. You know what I'm saying?
Bridgeport is jamming, man. They're doing some good stuff there.
Man, you know, they act like they don't know. I want to ask you, because of the fact that, it is somewhat a tradition here. We've had, like I said, I mentioned Abiodun, I mentioned Felipe, we've had Sonny Patterson, we've had Abyss, we've had Jessica Care Moore, and the one thing that we ask all of them to do is spit a little something for the people. So
I got you.
Yeah, so in the tradition, can you hit us with something hard?
Epigraph: there are over 69 political prisoners and POWs captured in these yet to be United States. This poem is livicated to them with my apology that there are too many to mention. The real Black Panthers ain't in Wakanda. Real Black Panthers never had vibranium, ain't in Wakanda, ain't Afro-futuristic. In fact, their future is in peril, an endangered species, living heroes and sheroes, not Marvel characters imagined by Disney. No blockbuster movie by Hollywood. America says they don't exist, but J. Edgar Hoover declared them dangerous. Counterintelligence programmed them, disappeared them behind prison walls. Warriors in the struggle for liberation never asked to be citizens, righteous soldiers. They did not wear uniforms, guilty only of taking a stand to free the land, framed by a system that refuses to acknowledge their sovereignty. Go and tell the children, tell them we have real heroes that lived and died for freedom. Call them by their name. Fred Hampton, Little Bobby Hutton, Safia Bukhari, Herman Ferguson, Bashir Hamid, Zaid Malik Shakur, Geronimo, as in G. Jaga Pratt, just to name a few who died too soon, like Kuwasi Balagoon. There's no need to make shit up. Many still languish behind the walls, heroes and sheroes standing tall. Mumia Abu Jamal, Russell Maroon Schultz, Herman Wallace, Matulu Shakur, Jalil Muntakim, Robert Seth Hayes, Imam Jamil Alamin, Ruchelle Sinkay McGee. I'm locked down almost half a century. Yes, my friends, there are real Black Panthers. This is only a few that need to be freed, and they damn sure ain't in Wakanda. What's the call? Free 'em all. What's the call? Free 'em all. Free 'em all.
Free 'em all. By any means necessary. Baba Ngoma, man. You know, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to that fire right there, man. And I'm just like, please don't let it end no time soon. You know what I'm saying? Where can we get a copy of that, comrade?
Of that particular poem, it's on the album Conversation with Eshu. And it's also on a compilation called Music for My Soldiers. And it's on all the various platforms, on Apple, on iTunes, on or either write me. You know,
right. Hey, listen, man. For the folks in the chat, you know, if you're not familiar with Baba Ngoma, you as P would say, go get a late pass. You know what I'm saying? This is a historical moment for you, for us, for you, for the whole nine. Baba Ngoma is someone that I love, honor, and respect. I don't get to talk to him much, but he's someone who, whenever I see him, is consistency. It's not, you know, ain't no fluff, ain't no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't he ain't stargazing. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely, you know, bringing the medicine to the people, man. Man, Baba Ngoma, man, I appreciate you so much. And you know, this is whenever you have anything coming out, you know what I'm saying, or anything to talk about, definitely you know, get in touch with me. For folks who need to follow him on Facebook, look up Ngoma Hill. That's Ngoma Hill, Hill, and you should be able to get all the information you need. Ngoma's Words is his new Facebook page, and I'm going to make it my business to make sure that we keep your name and your works in the forefront of the work we do here at Black Power Media.
I appreciate that, brother.
And as I told you yesterday offline, and I'm gonna put it on notice in front of everybody so I can stick to my word. Look out for some things that Ngoma and I will be doing live here on Black Power Media, because of the fact that, like I told him yesterday, we in the whole COVID season now, so we don't have no excuses to say that you on this part of town and I'm on that part of town.
Right.
You know what I mean? So love and respect, brother, and we'll be talking to you in a few ticks.
Love and respect. Black Power, brother.
Yes, sir. Black Power, by all means. We're checking out the Remix Morning Show. It's my comrade in Ngoma, your comrade, your brother. You know what I'm saying? And one of the premier culture workers of our piece. We'll be right back with you. Remix Morning Show. Salute.